So you want to do something like find the equation of the line perpendicular to 7x minus 3y plus 5 equals 0 that passes through the point minus 3 minus 11. So this word perpendicular, well, perpendicular just means at right angles too. So we've got a line here and we want the equation of the line that goes across it at right angles. And that line we want passing through the point minus 3 minus 11. So we split this into 3 parts. And we're always going to rest on the idea that the general equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. And the first thing to note is that this is not given in that form. And if we're going to readily spot the gradient of this line, then we need it in this form. So let's say minus 3y equals minus 7x minus 5. So all I've done is I've taken that to the other side, that to the other side here, and I've reversed their signs because I would have to take 7x away from this side and that side, and I'd have to take 5 away from this side and that side. And this is what we'd end up with. But I don't want what minus 3y equals, I want what y equals. So if I divide right through by minus 3, then I'll end up with y equals minus 7x over minus 3 minus 5 over minus 3. And then I do a little bit of tidying up. So y equals, well, I've got a minus over a minus here, so that's positive. I'll leave it as 7 over 3x. And then I've got a minus over a minus here, and that's positive too. So plus 5 over 3. So what I can glean from this is that I know the gradient of the given line is 7 over 3. But what to the gradient of the perpendicular line? Well, the rule is that if I put minus 1 over 7 over 3, in other words, the gradient of the original line, if I put minus 1 over 7 over 3, in other words, I'm saying minus 1 divided by 7 over 3, then that will equal the gradient of the perpendicular line, the line that I'm after. So we say minus 1 divided by 7 over 3. Well, that's just a case of keeping the minus and tipping it upside down. Now, if we're going to get a perpendicular line, the sign will change. This one's a positive gradient, so you've got a line going up like that. The perpendicular line is going to come through it like that, so it's going to have a negative gradient, so you're expecting a negative gradient. And then all that's happened really is I've tipped the fraction upside down there. But if you're not sure about this and you're in a hurry, do it on the calculator. It'll give you the right answer. But the gradient that we want for our line perpendicular to this one is minus 3 over 7. So we've got that. And then we fall back again on y equals mx plus c. The information we've just found out is that we can replace the gradient for the perpendicular line to minus 3 over 7 x plus c. Now then, what information do we have to help us to build the whole equation for the perpendicular line? Well, we don't know c yet, but we can find it out, and we can find it out because we have been given a point that the line has to go through. The question guides us to this point, minus 3 minus 11. And that gives us an x coordinate and a y coordinate. And so we know that when x is minus 3, y is minus 11. So here, if I sub that into here, then that should help. We got y at minus 11 equals minus 3 over 7, and we know that when y is minus 11, x is minus 3 because this point tells us so. And then we got add c. Well, we've only got one unknown now, c, so we should be able to find it. So we've got minus 11 equals minus 3 times minus 3 is positive 9 over 7 plus c. And then we got minus 11 minus 9 over 7 equals c. If we pick up the calculator, minus 11 minus 9 over 7, that gives us minus 86 over 7 equals c. And so what we can do now, because we have all the pertinent information, is write out our equation for that perpendicular line that passes through the point minus 3 minus 11. We know we've got y, that's a variable, so it stays as y, equals m. We know that's minus 3 over 7, and it will always stay the same, it's constant. And then our x, which is variable, 86 over 7. Now, we could leave it as that, but some questions will stipulate that they want the answer in a particular form, and by multiplying right through by 7, we've got 7y equals minus 3x minus 86, because the 7's on the bottom here would cancel each time we multiply by 7. And then you might want it in the form where you say 3x plus 7y plus 86 equals 0.